I'm sorry I've been on hiatus for so long, but I can't stay silent about this. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is the long-awaited revival of the legendary Fatal Fury franchise, which was laying dormant for 26 years as of this recording. Among long-time fighting game fans, this was perhaps the most highly anticipated fighting game of 2025, with fresh new gameplay, gorgeous animation, the return of fan-favorite characters, and a striking art style seemingly made to resemble the late 90s artwork of classic SNK artist Shinkiro, whose art has defined the series' aesthetic for decades. The hype for City of the Wolves was reaching an all-time peak, but was brought to a screeching halt with the reveal of two guest fighters. Real-world soccer player Ronaldo Cristiano and real-world Bosnian DJ Salvatore Ganachi, who have swiftly claimed the title for weirdest guest fighters in a fighting game. This video isn't going to be talking about the circumstances of how or why these two weirdos showed up in Fatal Fury, but just know that if I don't sound upset about this, I am. I waited to make this video because I needed time to collect my thoughts, and frankly I'm just too damn tired to be angry. So before I continue, I just need to make my stance clear on the matter. These two characters are a mistake and never should have happened. If you want to learn more about how these two characters invaded the Fatal Fury franchise, there are plenty of other videos covering the topic that go into greater detail than I care to. Or if you feel like doing the sleuthing yourself, the paper trails are easy to follow, as I've been led to believe. With that out of the way, let's talk about animation. There is a strangeness when it comes to adapting a real-ass person into a fighting game. No matter what the game, fighting game characters simply do not move the way real-life people move. There are strict measurements of frame data that are required to make a fighting game feel snappy and responsive, and the visual language that fighting games use to communicate attacks and hitboxes often disagrees with the locomotive capabilities of the human body. This is a core part of why NetherRealm games look so bad, because they cannot compromise the conflicting goals of wanting realistic animation, but also needing the speed and responsiveness of a fighting game. Probably the best executed rendition of this is Negan in Tekken 7, but you can also argue that Tekken's Negan moves and attacks are timed and animated in the same style of Tekken animation rather than attempting to be true to realistic motion. Say what you will about SNK's choice of guest characters, but one thing that SNK excels at is how accurate they get when it comes to referencing their guest source material. Even the Warden from Samurai Showdown maintains a lot of his signature gameplay features as they were in For Honor. But what the hell does that mean for a real-life DJ and a soccer player? Well, if you look at how they animate in City of the Wolves, you'll immediately notice that they look very strange. They lack the anticipation and exaggerated whiplash motion that makes fighting games look, well, like fighting games. And I think the reason it's like this is because SNK animators are just too good at doing their homework. By now, people have referenced a lot of Salvatore's weird animations to stuff that has appeared in his music videos, and I don't know if there's anyone dedicated enough to know if there are exact clips of Ronaldo that are being used as reference for his attacks as well. So what we get is the uncanny juxtaposition of characters based on real-life people moving like real-life people in a game where no one moves like real-life people. Keeping my statement in mind, I still think Salvatore and Ronaldo were a mistake, but I also need to say that I think this animation kinda works for Salvatore. I don't know much about the guy and I refuse to watch any of his music videos, but what little I've seen shared around makes it seem like being an uncanny weirdo is this guy's entire brand. I don't know that much about Europop either, but looking at it from the outside, I feel like they really thrive on being weird little dudes. And if we just take the source material away from a fighting game, I think I kinda get it. I could see people being fans of this guy. He just seems like a lot of fun, and honestly, SNK did a really good job translating that energy into his appearance here. And to quell a popular sentiment, no, I do not think they could have just given his entire animation and moveset to Duck King. When it comes to music and dance, Duck King comes from a distinctly early 90s hip-hop background, and that has its own unique vibe and flavor to it. Salvatore is rooted in the European EDM and club scene, and those two are just not compatible, especially when it comes to how they move. So when it comes to crafting animation uniquely to fit the visual identity of Bosnian DJ Salvatore Ganachi, SNK went above and beyond to give you the genuine and accurate Salvatore Ganachi experience. Quite frankly, the way this animation honors his brand and legacy are more than this guy deserves. I cannot say the same for Ronaldo. I am not a fan of El Football, and I cannot fathom what a fan of Ronaldo would want out of his appearance in a legacy Japanese fighting game franchise. In the case of Ronaldo, I feel like SNK were under pressure to maintain some kind of consistency with Ronaldo's brand image. Maybe soccer fans wouldn't appreciate Ronaldo doing whack-ass anime attacks, I don't know. And I think maybe this restriction on maintaining brand recognition might be extra true in Ronaldo's case, because he's currently the only character who cannot use custom colors. I'm led to believe that soccer fans get really uppity when it comes to which team colors their soccer players wear, so maybe SNK is just smartly preventing riots from breaking out and cities from being lit on fire if Ronaldo were ever caught wearing the wrong colors. But this need for accurate real-life motion is what puts Ronaldo at odds with the rest of the game. If Salvatore thrives on uncanniness, Ronaldo absolutely suffers for it. There is nothing fun about seeing how Ronaldo moves in this game, and if you are a fan of Ronaldo, then I'm afraid you aren't being served, and I don't think you're getting what you want to see. Just to reiterate, Ronaldo and Salvatore are a mistake and should have never been in the game. But continuing to yell about it is not a productive use of my time, and this is just the unfortunate reality we live in. I don't work at SNK, I do not know how they conduct their business, and I do not know what kind of deal SNK has with their shareholders that allows something like this to happen. I want to continue supporting SNK because they make genuinely good and beautiful games, and they've only been getting better and better with each release. It's just... man. If you don't want to purchase City of the Wolves because you don't want to support what's going on behind the curtains, I get it. I really do. And if you're the kind of person who knows how to sort out their feelings, that they want to support the game and not its shareholders, and you want to push for the community surrounding this game, I also get it, and I respect that kind of strength. This is a very hard situation to come to terms with, and I don't even think I've settled on my feelings about this game yet. All I can say is that it's unfair. It's unfair to Fatal Fury fans who have been waiting more than 20 years to see these characters again. It's unfair to SNK, whom I can only imagine were working under duress to have these characters included. I have never seen a monkey's paw curl up quite like this before, and I can only hope that we never have to deal with a mistake like this in the future.
Some people don't care.